Hey, my name is Augie. I'm here showing off our newest game from Chromatic Games. It's Dungeon Defenders Going Rogue. If you're familiar with Dungeon Defenders franchise, it's a tower defense game. And what we have here is a roguelike tower defense RPG action game.
Now, yeah, your previous games have just all been focused on tower defense. So this time around, it looks like you're taking the focus away from the towers and putting it on the individual characters.
Absolutely. You know, tower defense, at least in the land of Etheria, a land of Dungeon Defenders, has sort of been a solved problem. Our first three games, Dungeon Defenders 1, Dungeon Defenders 2, and Dungeon Defenders Rogue-lite, has sort of perfected tower defense. And we sort of asked ourselves this question, where do we go from here? What can we do that's new, fresh, and bringing a new generation of defenders into our universe? And we felt like a roguelike or roguelite type of game is the perfect addition to the universe of Etheria.
Nice. Now, what's when you're just starting up? Like, what's the process when you're beginning the game? You pick a character and you just dive on in. You start the game choosing from 4 base heroes, and then you immediately go through the game. And with roguelite kind of games, there's several big things. One is permadeath. So you start from a level and you progress until you die, and in our case, your crystal gets destroyed. And then we do have a progression system, an XP system and gold system. So you accumulate gold and you can buy new weapons through the shop, you can upgrade new weapons through a forge system, and you can actually progress faster the next time you play. Nice. Now, one key feature for games like this has always been the grind, and you know how you get as far as you can, but then it's time to get back to square one. So like when you die and it's time to rebuild, like how much stuff do you take back with you, so to speak?
Yeah, so through our XP system, you'll be able to unlock runes, and you'll be able to unlock items that'll help you progress the next time and fight better the next time.
Nice. So the abilities you unlock stay with you as you sort of restart. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but then you gotta use that Skrilla that you made in order to really get back to where you started. And then I'm curious, once you like beat a level, when you died, you have to start back at the very beginning.
You have to start from the beginning.
Man.
But the levels, the maps will be randomized. But here's the biggest addition to this game is there are boss fight arenas. So after level 3, level 4 is a boss fight, and likewise level 8 is a boss fight, and of course the finale is an epic boss fight.
Nice. So you have to, but in order to get to those bosses are basically each level is 3 waves, and every 4th level is the boss fight.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So does that mean the final boss is at stage 12?
Yes.
Like okay.
Yep.
Okay, and each time you play through, is it like the same path, or is it like
a different path each time? The path to the bosses will be randomized. So.
Okay, so you'll get random levels, random enemies,
exactly,
like the whole
random
time.
loot.
Nice. So nothing's gonna be the same.
Exactly.
The same twice.
It's gonna feel fresh every time.
Nice. And then there's less of a focus on the tower defense this time, right?
That's correct. It's more of an action game.
So it's just all about getting out there and hacking and slashing.
Exactly, it's hacking and slashing, shooting. You do have towers you can drop, but at a faster speed. So people that are familiar with the Dungeon Defenders franchise will feel right at home because they'll have 2 towers to choose from to drop to help you in your fight. But it also has the feel and gameplay new audiences are looking for.
Nice. Can you talk about the different classes you'll be able to play as?
Yes. So we're starting with the 4 base heroes again. So you have the Squire, the Apprentice, the Huntress, and the Monk, and people are familiar with those. And we'll be introducing new heroes as this game is rolled out. Awesome.
I'm just kind of curious, why the decision to kind of get away from the traditional Dungeon Defenders, genre?
Yeah, I mean, so I sat down with my designers. And actually, this game sort of is the history of the studio, is the rebirth of the studio. So about 3 years ago, the VCs, the suits, gave the studio back to us. And we had to ask our question, like, why are we doing this? In the past, the question was, the VCs would always say, how can we make more money? How can we make an ROI that's bigger? And now that the company is back in the hands of the employees, this company is completely 100% employee owned, we have to ask the question, who are we? What do we want to do? The answer is, let's make something fun. Let's make our job and our team fun. And this is the answer to that question. So we had a deep heart-to-heart about like what kind of game we want to make right now. And let's make a fun game. And going rogue was our answer to that.
Man, so it sounds like this is kind of rekindling your passion for game development in
Exactly.
a lot of ways. Yeah, which, you know, any relationship after time, you know, finding that spark again can be difficult.
And to sum it all up, the answer is we had to go back to being indie. We had to go back being independent. And going rogue is our answer to that.
I'm kind of curious, is it roguelike or roguelite? Like
Roguelite. Yeah,
Roguelite.
roguelite. So there's slight progression in the game as opposed to roguelike, which is zero progression. You have to start over. So.
Okay, fair enough. And then when is this going to be launching and on what console?
Yes, so we are launching PC Early Access on Steam on the 29th of March.
And is this coming to consoles eventually? Or?
We haven't decided yet. We'll see how Early Access does. We definitely want to perfect it within Early Access before announcing anything else. But keep your ears open and your eyes open.
All right. And where can folks go to find out more about the game?
You can come to our website, chromatic.games. And of course, Steam. Just search Dungeon Defenders Going Rogue.